Welcome, everybody. It is Tuesday evening, which means we are going to be doing weird things on the internet tonight, and not the way you think. Hope everyone's had a good week.
I have some ideas.
Well, let's refrain from sharing those for right now. Maybe in a little bit. Hope everyone's been good. If you're in quarantine, self-isolation, all that is being adhered to. If anyone is experiencing anything that we can personally help with, whether it's doing a voice from one of the characters or just a cool shout out, let us know. We'd love to do that, and we'd love to brighten everyone's day or evening in other people's cases. I know everyone
Custom reg answering machines on demand.
Yes, we have the technology. Weirdly enough, instead of answering, it just raises more questions than you would think.
Hello, you have reached Reg and Kevin.
Who is you?
What? Why is Kevin there?
You were too busy
Spud,
wondering if
what's
you could.
up? How you doing, man? Welcome to everyone hanging out. If you are just joining us for the first time, we are a group of weird individuals who play an indie RPG called Shattered Dawn on the internet every Tuesday night for all to see and participate. I almost said she. I don't know why. I'm Sean Connery tonight, so sorry. Yeah, we're all, yes. So, you know what? This next announcement I'll do as Sean Connery. If you're participating for the first time, if you type !D100 in the chat, you'll roll a D100 and I'll try to use it in a stream. We also have new advancement points rewards. Okay, I'm done with this.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Thanks.
Money penny.
Yeah. Thank you, TFG, for the sub. You rock. You forgot the exclamation point in the thing, but we'll give you a 69 just for good measure.
Nice. It seems appropriate.
The channel point rewards, which is what I was talking about, we added some new ones. So now you can generate a potency flux, which is a randomly generated magical spell based on your target of choice, or you can use it as cash some points in for a heal for whatever you choose. Party, enemy, that rock, Kevin, doesn't matter.
Tibbles.
Or Mr. Tibbles, yes. If you don't know, there is merchandise on the internet that you can purchase, like this fancy schmancy, this is a paralyzed lotion, not a potion glass cup mug thing that I will be drinking from.
I would pay amounts of money for that.
Yes, it is wonderful. It keeps it very cold, actually. I haven't sipped from that for like 40 minutes and it's still ice cold. I like
You're
that.
like, it was a hot coffee, so I'm a bit concerned.
No, I drink soda on stream because it keeps me going. Coffee's too much for me, I found. If you are not a follower on Twitch, become one. Simply navigate to our Twitch page, twitch.tv/shatteredtabletopgames, and give us a follow. And then when we hit 200 follows, we'll have a fun old Kickstarter party, and we'll do lots of fun stuff. So, speaking of fun things and things coming down ye old pipeline, we have been in development of Shattered Dawn 2nd Edition. Can I get a what from anybody?
Woohoo.
What? What?
I messed it up.
It's about right. We're par for the course, everybody. So as we've been doing this, I've been personally looking at some rules and stuff that need some updating, or ones we didn't necessarily have that I thought we needed to have. The one I was most excited about working on the past couple of days is in 2nd edition, there's a whole system for taming a pet and training that pet to become a full-fledged companion. So if you're thinking, man, I don't know, maybe, I don't need 2nd edition, that's one reason why 2nd edition needs to happen. So keep your eyes peeled for more information on that front. That's all I have. I am super excited to get this show going. So without further ado, this is Shattered Dungeons. And we're back.
I agree, Jordan.
That seemed quicker than usual.
No, you guys just were really into the conversation. So,
I'm just saying, we have had no desire to rewatch Game of Thrones now that that ending has happened.
I second that emotion.
yes. Well, we pick it up from last week, but before I do that, I'll introduce our cast, because I always want to jump the gun, apparently. Tonight, with us, we are missing Cliff, who plays Lutz, and Dion, who plays Caden. But the good news is we have Ray, who will be playing Rog this evening.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to give it about a 76% chance that I won't do something really stupid.
Won't or will?
Yeah.
Seems awfully ambitious.
If anyone's placing bets, now's the time to do it. That's all we're saying. We also have Jordan, who plays Reg.
Hello, everyone. My name is Reg, and how is he doing tonight? Good, I hope. But I never hear you say anything back, so I don't know.
I feel like every week, Reg, you just are talking to a painting on the wall. Like that's what's happening. We have Chivi, who will be played by Heather.
Good evening, everyone.
We have Raven, who will be playing Garrett.
I just ate 96 deviled eggs.
Like that Parks and Rec episode where Ron's like, I need space for a large amount of deviled eggs. And then,
Hi, everybody.
lastly, we have Lauren playing Pax.
I'm Pax, and if you can upholster, can you downholster?
These are the truly, truly trying questions.
Let's all take a moment, not a minute, but also a minute to contemplate
No,
that.
whole minute.
Quite.
Thank
All
you,
I hear is
downholster
Garrett's
firm.
egg feet, and I just imagine it in the Gaston song.
Wait, is that halves? Like, is one deviled egg a half of a deviled egg, or is one deviled egg the two halves that make the whole
Ooh,
egg?
that's the real question.
I think it would be
You need to get out of the shower.
More importantly, why are you talking about the deviled egg sandwich?
Wouldn't that just be egg salad?
True.
On
Dude, I'm
bread.
already sweating thinking about eating all those deviled eggs.
So we pick it up from last week.
What happens if you have chicken salad with deviled eggs?
Too much.
really
We,
good.
we can't get into the ethics of that right now.
Father-son Kamehameha.
I need it.
My southern heritage on a plate right
Oh
there.
no. So we pick it up from last week. Last episode. Anyone else want to chime in with deviled eggs? No.
I really want that.
Last
wanna
week
try it.
we had a brief reprieve as the Toosdae Knights were able to find their way back to the Guiding Fire's castle with news about what they found in Evikarth's secret laboratory. In that laboratory, they will procure a spirit dragon deal, aka a very powerful being who will come and assist them in for one thing. Upon communicating that, a meeting was held, and while the group waited for the meeting, which was to be had in the evening, they went about their day, and thanks to one Tofu, we almost had a fight in an episode designed to not have any fights, so channel points can do that. After a lot of dialogue and kind of doing things that needed to be done over the course of the day, the meeting began. And that meeting was designed strictly see which allies were available. Reg contacted Master Blackflame. Caden contacted Theron von Odolph. Rog contacted the Hjalamar. And then 2 others were thought of to contact, and that's where we will be going this evening. The group will need to split up to cover more ground and be a little bit more conscious of time. The 2 places we'll be going is to the Academy in Aluin to meet with Lucien and hopefully procure some help from Justinian V. Everleen, Archmage of the College of Caladir. The other person that will be contacted is Mr. Business himself. Now, for those of you who don't know Mr. Business, he helped found the Toosdae Knights. Rumor has it he is somewhere out in the west in a forest called Weirdwood.
Word.
Rumor has it he has an organization he has developed in the forest, though you're not entirely sure where, and it's not called the Wednesday Mornings.
They're sponsored by coffee.
So how will the group be dividing up this evening? Dun dun dun!
Oh crap, I thought we decided last time, I don't remember.
I have it written down, but...
I think
I believe.
I think it was
And
Caden,
Rog.
Garrett, Rog, Chibi.
Yep.
And then... Wait, is that right?
I don't remember.
Guys,
And
we
then
do
everyone
have
else.
one Wednesday morning person, and that is Ray Shinobi, who says it is
true.
Wednesday morning where he is.
Oh.
Oh, thanks for business time in the chat, everybody, for Mr. Business. If you're not there now, do it. So the breakup was Rog, Garrett, and Pax traveling to find Mr. Business, and then Reg and Chibi going to find Lucien. Caden is actually going to meet with Theron von Odolph on his own before he arrives at the castle to give him a little bit of a briefing about who the Guiding Fire are and what von Odolph can expect.
Somehow I hear the faint chants of TPK in the background.
Like drums on the wind.
Who gave Tofu a microphone?
Actually, people may have heard a small test of tofu earlier this evening.
So, are you guys prepared to travel your different ways?
Boots and cats, boots and cats,
Boots and cats. Boots and
I
cats.
think we...
boots and cats.
I can't remember the time frame we said in which we were traveling. Was Black Flame arriving before
1
we
week.
left? Yeah, it was a
one-
week. Yeah, it was supposed to be a week, and he was supposed to be there sooner. So is he here?
Not yet. So basically, from a timing standpoint, just saw Tofu's chat. From a timing standpoint, what's going to happen is you guys are all going to split up and try and procure assistance. And then by the time you guys get back, all of the various peoples will be on site and ready to meet.
Hey.
Cool.
I'll just leave Master Black Flame a note. It says where we is. Dear Master Black Flame.
Reg, I'll be here, says Steve the Knight. I'll just tell him where you guys are.
Yeah, I mean, I know that you will, and it's not that I don't mean it to sound insulting. Isn't it polite for me to just in my own words to be like, hey, sorry I missed you. Hope you as well and stuff.
Reg
quite fine
writes
to
a really nice note.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Jared.
I'm not handing it to him.
It's very kind.
What if I
Reg.
just like pinned it to your shirt?
Ooh, pin it to the back of his shirt, Reg.
That way he won't lose it.
And you could add kick me.
Oh, because he'll get a kick out of the note when he reads it?
Exactly.
Oh, that's a great idea. Turn around, Steve.
I don't want to turn around. Can you please just write the note in your quarters? Don't bring me into it. Leave it in your room. I'll just have him go take over your room when he gets here.
I'm sorry, Steve. That was inappropriate.
We're just trying to be polite, and you is shockingly not being polite for like the first time.
We appreciate you, Steve.
Thanks.
Listen,
There's just a lot going on.
I know that, but don't let the power go to your head, friend.
Caden has a weird look in his eye as he turns from the table and leaves without really giving any of you so much as a farewell.
Rude.
Well, last time he did that, he ended up in a papoose.
Dark Caden.
Or he became a...
Did he touch that sword?
For those of you who have not been keeping track, the sword that killed Pax and possessed her soul is now encased in a thin sheet of metal, preventing someone from touching it and suffering the same fate.
It's Caden's idea. He's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute genius.
I still did say that maybe Mr. Blackflame can help us out further with it when he gets here, but I guess we won't be there in time.
So, the group going to find Lucien will leave first. And it will take significantly longer for you guys to get to Aluin, simply because it's legitimately on the other side of the world. Now, the advantage here is that you do have an idea of how to get there. You have been to a couple of different places in your adventures now, and you seem to think that maybe the sage in Kuldir might be helpful in being able to send summon a portal for you to get there. So you guys travel onward to Kuldir. Rog, Garrett, and Pax, we're actually going to deal with you guys first, however. So, if you guys can move your tokens to the central table, I will grab Buddy and get the ball rolling.
On the table.
Bam.
Hey.
There y'all's is. So, as we travel henceforth, we're going to find our friend, Mr. Business. Mr. Business. And so you guys should now all be looking at a place in the Wordwood Forest. Now, as the Spud has been commenting on my beard all evening, TFG just immediately grabbed the sword from Caden, trying to probably fine, right, is what he says. No, you're dead now. Ray Shinobi gave a little doot, and then Spud says, prepare to be dealt with. Insert insane DM laugh here. And then TFG, thank you for the gifted sub to Ray Shinobi. You are a scholar and a gentleman, and I will never want to go inside your house on Animal Crossing in person. Ever.
It's a lovely place.
It is unique, I'll give you that. Yes, bridges of death for everybody. Ray Shinobi. So, moving forward, the group kind of travels together until you reach Kuldir, at which point Caden, Reg, and Chivi go off and talk to the sage, and the rest of you continue onward. It takes several days at this point, given the fact that most of you know how to travel quicker than you did when you were much lower level, and are able to get to the Weirdwood Forest fairly quickly. You come across kind of some weird signs that you firmly believe to be Mr. Business's handiwork. Very clearly, there are elaborately drawn paw prints kind of near the main road that Pax, you were able to spot. Knowing his familiar handprint, paw print, you're able to follow a series of signs all the way to this weird establishment you have found in the middle of the forest. It is a palisade wall, and there appear to be some archers clad in leathers and furs, kind of on stands just peering over the palisade wall. There is a very sturdy looking metal gate some ways to your south that appears to be the only real way in or out. So, what do you three do?
Pax, you knew who Mr. Business was, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've only
together.
really ever heard of him, so maybe you should do the talking?
Okay.
I don't even know who this Mr. Business is.
Yeah, he's
A friendly voice in the back of your head, just, you have met him.
That weird voice sounds awfully like Reg.
That's troublesome.
You the good thoughts.
Did you know Dargoths are psychic?
They're like twins. If one feels pain, the other does.
So have the archers seen us at this point?
It looks as though they're gazing in your direction. Yes.
Okay.
Lovingly.
Like blowing us kisses?
Hello.
So I
Alright,
guess
so
everybody just be cool and non-aggressive, Rog.
you say that as Rog walks forward and says, "Hello." One of the barbarians looking people on top of the one of the stands looks right at you and says, "Oi, what you doing here? And how'd you find us?"
We're looking for a friend and we followed his prints here. We have reason to believe he may be inside. We're looking for a Mr. Business.
I haven't seen you before, and people tried this trick once or twice. How do you know Mr. Business?
I've traveled with him, fought beside him. We're old friends. I'm sure if you go and tell him, if he's there, that Pax is here.
I don't know about that. It seems it's gonna be a little bit tougher than give us some more information, and specifically thanks to TFG for Spuddles Plays gifted sub. It's awful kind of you.
I'm sorry, TFG.
Sorry, I
is
blacked out
not-
there.
Yeah, I can relate.
Sorry, he's having one of the fits.
Having fought with him
Voices
doesn't
going to
mean
talk.
much of nothing to me. We all fought with Mr. Business, but how do you know him?
I know
He
him.
was
I
some with the Tuesday whatchamajiggers.
traveled with him. We founded the Toosdae Knights together. He was,
Tuesday Knights.
yeah, the Toosdae
No,
Knights.
Knights
One of the
with an I,
founding
not an O.
members, as am I.
You got any paraphernalia on ya? Something that would indicate maybe have an emblem of sorts?
Of the Toosdae Knights?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my decoder ring right here.
Wait, do you guys actually have decoder rings for the Tuesday Nights?
Maybe.
Drink your Ovaltine.
What is this organization for?
Garrett never received a decoder ring.
Oh,
Official.
you have to have the decoder ring so that you can pass secret messages. Everyone knows that.
Perfect.
I
You got a
accidentally swallowed
decoder
mine.
ring there?
Say
I don't
what?
know. Maybe it'll. Does that ring match up with Mr. Business's ring?
Just tell him yes. Just tell him yes.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't know he was talking to me.
You don't seem awfully confident.
Yes, I am very confident that my decoder ring matches the decoder ring in possession of Mr. Business.
All right, well, let's test this out. You're gonna need to leave everything you have at the door, though.
I don't know if I like that.
Like everything?
Well, I mean, not your
Ron is
clothes, I
already
guess. You there, the big one, don't look like you're wearing much anyhow.
Rog, put your pants back on.
Darkovs fight better without clothes.
Spud says, open a box of cereal, and bam, there's your decoder ring.
Yeah.
I wish cereal was that good nowadays.
Yeah.
Right?
Just like a little piece of paper, some nonsense now.
No, it'd be 3 box tops gets you a code for an AR app.
Kids these days.
So
Do you have a secured... What? Say what?
So the door opens, and you are ushered very quickly inside.
Bloop.
Bloop.
I wish I had coconuts at this point.
What?
And so as you enter the premises, you notice a handful of things. First and foremostly, there is a large amount of tents and temporary housing inside this palisade wall. On top of that, many of the barbarians are clad in similar clothing, and you can see that a lot of them have an emblem that is the same emblem of Mr. Business's paw print from the signs. Now, your gaze can't quite peer past a lot of the tents, so you kind of lose direct line of sight towards the central area, but you do see a much larger tent kind of peeking out above all of the other smaller tents. And so it's at this point, as you enter, several of the barbarians come up to each one of you, and basically the leader, who is the barbarian and archer, he's gotten down and is just kind of looking at you guys, and he's like, "These guys are gonna inspect you. Don't get any ideas, but we gotta make sure it's safe for you to be entering our main area, I guess you'd call it."
Oh, absolutely.
So they start patting you down. Is there anything that you guys are going to try to conceal?
I'll give them my bow, but I'm not going to take the shield out at this point.
Okay. So you hand over your bow. Rog, what do you do when they reach out their hand expecting you to give your weapons and whatnot?
I don't like this at all, but
I don't care if you like it.
you smell of elderberries. I'll give them my gauntlets and my axes, I guess.
Fine.
Before I hand them over, I'll be like, "You babies be good, okay? All right, just be safe, be careful."
Daddy loves you.
Wash your hands. Don't touch your face.
Garrett, what do you do as the barbarian closest to you reaches out for your weaponry?
Garrett's not happy about this, but he sees that we need to conduct with talk rather than violence. So he mutters to himself, no killing. Fine. But if you touch or take any of these items in my bag, that small one over there, I'll rip him in half.
Which one do you point at specifically?
Which one's the smallest one?
Compared to you, most
It's about
of
to be
them.
a kung fu hustle situation.
Yes.
Yeah, so compared to you, I mean, most of these guys are pretty small.
The smallest one, then.
Okay, so you point at the smallest one, trying to intimidate it, and go ahead and roll that speech check.
Yeah. Speechcraft, right?
Bonuses for intimidating.
Yeah, boy! Speechcraft! They got an 80.
Well,
And you got a 124. Hold on. I need to take a moment to address what has been happening in chat. Let's see. It looks like TFG asked where Pax was storing the shield. Spud said it is in her shield hairpiece. And so now that's the thing. And Spud just said, "Congrats, chat. We have now created a hairpiece that conceals a full-sized shield. We're champions." That is great.
That's like, now I'm imagining this giant, like, Bride of Frankenstein beehive going on.
ooh, yeah.
I'm imagining
that's
those
nice.
really huge hats that just like engulf an entire 5-foot area, but it's
you
just
go.
the shield on her head.
We're
Like-
at the races, right?
Yeah.
Bravo.
By the way, Raven, Garrett's bonus for that roll was actually an 85.
Or wasn't?
Remember, you
Hold
get
on.
extra for intimidation.
Yeah, you forget numbers.
Oh, dang
It's
it.
okay.
Yeah, you're right.
You
Well, I would've got
still
it.
succeeded.
Thank you for
So-
catching that.
Yeah. So as you are doing that, the littlest one backs down very cowardly, and the guy who's been kind of dealing with you all simply says, "You get out of here! You can't stand up to a Dargoth. What good are you in the wall?" And so he runs off. You can hear
We
him
have to
say,
be
"Not
nice
again, not
to
again,
them."
not again."
New friends.
Is it bad? I imagine Garrett's version of handing his weapon over is just slamming his sword into the ground like Cloud leaving the Buster sword.
Oh yeah. It's totally doing that because I mean that's just how it is.
The proper way.
Dude, my weapons are always with me at all times. So
Rog looks down at
Garrett
his
has never
hands
really
as you say
trusted
that.
anybody.
Rog looks down at his hands as you say that. My weapons are always with me. So as that all happens, he says, "All right, so this next part is gonna get very, very interesting. You see, best to just show ya." And so he starts walking down the main kind of stretch of path towards that.
Do we
big
know
tent.
that where did they take our weapons, by the way? Did they just like put them by the gate or are they secure?
They're like pseudo secured next to the gate. There's a guy watching it, and the gate's shut. So.
Okay.
Thank you for the compliments on the voices, guys. If you can nail in chat specifically the character I'm thinking of when I am doing that voice, I will give you a thumbs up.
I know it's not what you're doing, but I have something in mind.
Well, it only works if it's typed in chat. So, as you carry onward towards the largest tent, the guy says, "So, what we got here is kind of an interesting situation." He ushers you closer to him. "You see, Mr. Business is right up here, technically. Your decoder ring, you better match, or, we'll attack you and all, but Mr. Business has been, let's say, incapacitated." So you guys all walk up to Rog is exactly where he should be. The guy's been walking you guys the whole time. You guys
I didn't know if we were like running the gauntlet here.
no, so the barbarians are all standing as attention as this guy walks past up towards the area Mr. Business is in front of the huge tent. and he's like ushering you guys along, and he's talking, and Rog's right next to him. Garrett and Pax are like hundreds of yards behind, basically. Like,
Looking at the flowers, okay, and the tents and all the smelly people.
I was braiding my hair.
So
Just
Rog,
imagining Rog is like, you guys are being so rude right now.
so as you guys,
there you are.
yeah. So as you guys get up, this guy's been talking to Rog, and Rog, you are fully aware of everything that just happens. And Pax and Garrett, as you walk up, the guy says, "So the interesting thing here is that Mr. Business is dead." And as you look down in front of you,
What?
the corpse of Mr. Business is basically laid on
God.
a funeral pyre type of situation, but it very clearly hasn't been lit. And there are roses and offerings and all sorts of things all around him, and you can see that his skin specifically has started to melt off of his bone and like rot away.
I thought you said he was alive.
How
Well,
long has he been dead?
He's been dead for some time, and that's kind of the interesting thing. You see, he sacrificed himself for all of us, and he's a symbol here, literally of our group, but also seeing him, even his deceased body here, just instills hope and vigor and a reminder of everything that we've been through.
So, what's your name, sir?
crispy business.
Ooh.
Jerky.
Thanks for the sub, Reckless Fury. You are awesome. No worries. And Dion, I see you are in chat now. Welcome.
So,
Hello,
who's
everyone.
the leader now then?
Well, that responsibility technically falls to me. And that's why I wanted to make sure y'all are from the same organization. So let me see that Dakota ring, if you don't mind there, lady.
Sure. Pax hands him the Dakota ring.
He picks it up. Now, describe to me, Pax, this Dakota ring.
It is made of space age materials. It is red.
Plastic.
Shh. And it has a ring of archaic runes around the outside, with the inner ring spins around so that you can translate your secret message.
All right. Now, I'm going to need a roll from chat. So if someone... Oh, I see Ray Shinobi rolled a 52. So go ahead and roll a general check, Pax. Just 1d100.
Oh,
All right, so you succeed. Now, looking over at Mr. Business's ring, or at least his ring finger, you see that there is a very tarnished, destroyed, almost obliterated piece of metal slightly attached to his hand. It seems to be embedded in the bone itself. He picks up your ring and kind of holds it next to Mr. Business's hand. Well, I don't know, but, it's close enough. It is fine. What brings you here to see Mr. Business? I hope this doesn't put a damper on your day.
It does a bit, actually. We were actually here to ask Mr. Business to come fight with us.
Oh, a fight? Well, Mr. Business doesn't back down from a fight, does he? You would
He
know
does not. Would you and your crew be interested in honoring his memory by fighting alongside us?
As you say that, a tear starts to well in his eye. He says, Nothing would make me feel more at home than honoring his memory by fighting alongside his friends. Absolutely. We will fight with ya.
I have to interject for a second here. That one guy earned the Brown Pants Award, and because of a Dargoth. These guys are not ready to fight. I think we need to take like 30 seconds to a minute to train them up and learn them a thing or two.
30 seconds to a minute?
Rog, you are in charge of taking that 30 seconds to a minute and singing.
Okay, I got this.
From Mulan?
Let's get down to business. There is our Disney song interjection for this episode.
I'm never gonna catch my breath.
Say goodbye to those who knew me.
Say goodbye to those who knew me.
So
Yes, Rachel, no,
A fool for skipping, James.
oh my
super
goodness.
Fast montage. Perfect.
Yes. So as all of that apparently happens, we're going to travel back. You guys will be heading with the barbarians back to the Guiding Fires establishment.
I hope the whole time we're singing dance and song routines.
Yes, the
Before
whole
we've
time.
arrived at our destination, Reg did want to talk to Chibi about some stuff.
So while I'm setting up the scene, why don't you guys go ahead and have that conversation on the road? Because it is
Pax
just
wants to
Reg
ask
and
Rog
Chibi.
something.
Miss Chevy, I got some questions if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
So, you used to be, what's the spy person, or what is it?
Spy for the Queen.
Yeah, all the sneaky, cool stuff. Yeah, that.
Yes.
Do you think that while we is traveling and until we meet who we supposed to meet, that maybe I should not be saying who I is? And maybe be lying?
That might be a good idea.
Also, we got a lot of walking to do. I don't want to sound awkward, but do you want to like hop on and just like, I don't know, save your feet or something?
That sounds splendid, Reg.
Have you ever
I
watched
still
a
don't-
Dargoth gallop?
What a nice offer.
Have the boost from Caden.
It's traumatizing.
So, Pax, you said you wanted to ask Garrett something? All right, guess not.
She ran away.
Yeah, she gone. So, as you guys
Oh no!
what, Laura?
Sorry, I was
I
said Rog, actually. I was on mute.
Oh, okay, nice. So, what would you like to ask
Whoever wants to
Rob?
ask Garrett anything.
I'm sorry.
Garrett, I have a question.
Frank, I love you.
So, what's the question you want to ask Rog?
Hey Rog. You remember when you were talking to your friends or mentor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you remember there was a price to pay?
No.
Yeah,
I do
you keep
not remember that.
dodging that. I'm a little worried about that price.
I don't know what you're implying.
I think you do, Rog, but I'll let it drop.
I honestly don't know. The giant disembodied voice has not divulged that information to me.
Wait, you don't know what the price is?
Should I?
I don't know.
Roll.
Do you?
Both of you
mean-
roll a speech check.
They tell me to jump, I jump.
I mean, I can respect that. I just figured they would have let you know what you owed them for helping them.
I'm sure they will at some point.
Probably. Hold on, I gotta find my speech. Ah. Blurb.
It will probably be higher than that.
Rog with a 64 and Pax with an 84. So, Pax, you're able to tell that Rog definitely is telling the truth. He doesn't quite fully know what that price is.
Okay, Rog. I guess we'll just face that all together when we come to it.
That's very kind of you.
Well, I try.
Do you guys want to know what the price is right now?
The price is right.
$250 for
$1 Bob.
for Dargoth
$12.97.
underwear.
2501.
The price is Garrett feeding Frank to a tiger. No, I'm kidding.
You know what? Wouldn't Frank live through that? It would just be a unique experience.
It'd be like crumbled up and pooped out.
I'm pretty sure that tiger would probably die trying to pass Frank.
You poo-poo.
What has happened?
You clean up. So, as you guys disembark in Aloin, Reg and Chivi, from the portal, Caden is standing right in front of you.
Whoa.
Hey, buddy.
He has just returned from his very quick meeting with Theron von Odolph about some private matters, but he is ready and raring to go for the last leg of the journey.
You guys remember the last time we was here and we almost died and good times.
It's just like yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not only did we almost die here, we almost died when we went to the next place too.
yeah.
Now, standing in front of you
best-
is the doorway into the College of Calardir, specifically one of the main study halls. You've already entered the premises. This is the room, the place that Lucien brought Arcanus Tolden to meet Justinian Vieverline last time. So you step through the portal and are greeted on the other side, unexpectedly, by Lucien Viani.
Before Lucien says anything, Reg has been explaining to Caden that he's been lying, practicing lying on the trip. So I've been being like, hello, my name is Sledge, and, you know, good lies and stuff. Watch this. Hello, Mr. Lucy, my good friend. It's a good one, right?
So clever, Reg.
So Ray will be playing Lucien. So Ray, take it away.
Oh, dear me. I thought I smelled something awful come through the portal.
I might have farted, yes.
Based off last episode.
So good to see you again, too.
How are you doing, Lucien?
I see.
I'll do it again.
Everyone
It
has
is
come.
great to see you. I'm such a good liar.
And Lucien is just staring blankly at the rest of you.
I was waiting for a roll. My fault. I see you have brought the lesser Ethel with you, and Caden, welcome.
I don't know what he means, but I assume it's mean.
He's trying to be insulting.
He is.
Not at all. Just stating the facts.
Well,
Anyway, what brings you all the way to the college?
We want to learn. No, that's not it.
We need additional resources for a battle coming up. A battle to save Mivra.
An interesting proposal. And I suppose you wish to talk to Justinian about this.
Oh yeah, Mr. Justin. That is who we wanted to talk to, and I guess you too.
Yes.
Terrible things is happening.
Quite. Given too much time, I fear that the college may have to get involved. And I suppose we should quell this early. allow us to go speak to Justinian then? Please, as best you can, mind your manners.
Oh, I'm always very polite.
Such sound advice. Thank you, Lucien.
Lucien leads you past one of the very large burning flames in the atrium, through a large double door, and into one of the main study hall areas where Justinian is currently instructing many college scribes. And as you enter, you hear him saying, "If you are trying to write a spell, and you don't know what to do, the odds of you writing that spell are almost 1,000,000 to 1. So study the spell, make sure you know it, internalize it, and then write the spell down."
I wrote a spell once, and then Mr. Lucy ripped it up.
Lucien, who are your compatriots you barge into my classroom with?
Oh, these are definitely not compatriots, my lord. They are simply acquaintances, but they were here to help defend the vault.
Sorry, Spud just wrote in chat, "Kaboom! A nervous student explodes."
Oh, by the way, Mr. Lucy, I've been learning magic. Watch this. Reg jumps in the air and casts slow fall on himself, and is just floating there with jazz hands. Hey, this is pretty cool.
Lucy blinks a few times and says, "Your parlor tricks are annoying."
Well, bring your
you haven't
companions
changed.
forth, Lucien, or whatever that rabble is.
Hey, that's not a nice thing to call Mr. K.
Lucien walks forward
I'm
along the
sorry
carpet.
about interrupting your class here. If you wish, you could finish the class, but we request an audience with you when you're done or your earliest convenience. It's of the
That
utmost
one there is
importance.
the only one that's about worth his salt.
I'll just float over this table while you guys figure out what you want to do.
Noted, Lucien.
Hello,
Wait-
students.
wait a
My
minute.
name is Reg.
Reg is individually talking to the students. You are Caden Atlas, actually. I recognize you, and I remember the
sorry.
deeds you did here in this very college. Tell me, what brings you here, and with... Wait a moment. That Dargoth has been here too, hasn't he?
Oh, yep.
He has.
We almost died and stuff. It was cool.
Yes, he most certainly has. And as he said, he wrote a spell. He had no idea what he was writing. And that 1 million chance you were talking about, it happened to him. One in a million.
Posh, all he did was waste a scroll.
I mean, you didn't even let me see what it did.
I am both intrigued and abhorred by that. Well, I enjoy the show of power I have by making these students wait on my every whim. So, tell me, why are you here? What brings you to my college?
Much like this is sort of a continuation of some of the things we were doing in the past, and it's all coming to a head. There's going to be a battle to save Mivra, and we're going to need additional resources if you can help us with that.
Is it weird if I watch you work over your shoulder? Are you cool with it? I'm trying to learn more magic. I'm sorry if I'm being rude.
The student you're hovering over speaking is like whimpering softly as you're like towering over him.
I'll take that as a yes. What are we learning?
Justinian responds, "What resources do you require? Honestly, I don't see how it benefits the patriarchy to try and defend Queen Visarnak or whatever mess she's gotten herself in. But I do believe I owe you a debt of gratitude for saving me from Arcanist Tolden. So if there is a battle, I will offer some help, though you will not have the full support of the college, or the patriarchy for that matter."
I should bring up 2 points. Arcanus Holden was mentioned to have been involved with the plot here that we need to defend, and the Queen may be under. It is believed that she is currently under the control and beyond. She doesn't have control over the decisions she's been making. So, because of that, we know that she's still a strong ally of ours. We just need to remove her from those situations that bind her from making the appropriate choices.
That's not how you spell that. You got to add an E in there, I'm pretty sure.
That is quite an interesting turn of events then. Let me ponder a moment. He stares off to the side, kind of towards one of his workbenches, and he goes, all right, here's what we will do. I will grant you some pieces from my private collection. They will assist you in some ways. Lucien, why don't you go and retrieve those items? I assume, as my right-hand man, that you know what my expectations are. Is that correct?
Wait, did I hear free stuff? Red. Fly.
You are correct in that assertion, my lord.
Good. Be off with you.
So I'm assuming since you cast slow fall, what you're doing is you're like skipping. You're like jumping and then drifting down and jumping and drifting down.
Reg is like dog paddling through the air.
It's slow fall, not levitate.
True. Then yes, he's just every time he hits the ground, he's just popping right back up like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Here's the deal, Caden. You will have these items, and if you fail, then the college will intervene. I see it a waste of time to try and prevent this on the front end, when I know full well that we'll be able to take care of it on the back end, should you fail. But if you succeed, Arcanus Tolden is no mere sorcerer.
Yeah, that Azure guy was really angry the last time we saw him.
He was able to put me in a time stop spell. That is not an easy task for one such as myself.
He did that to me too, and then started stabbing me, and then I almost died. That sucked.
He's just, as you're talking, he's like not even looking at you or addressing Reg or Chivi. And as he looks at you, Caden, he says, I do have an interesting proposition. Should you three, he looks now back at Reg and Chivi, would be interested in it.
Would have to hear the proposition first.
Isn't proposition when you pay someone to be friends, or was that the other P word?
No, Reg, that's another P word.
Okay.
Proposition.
Arcanus Tolden is something of a mythical name in my mind. Someone who lives in the Azure, someone who knows its mysteries would be of great benefit, not only to myself, but the college. At this
that
point,
place was not kind.
At this point, Lucien has returned, and Archmage Justinian continues on. If you are able to subdue him and keep him alive, I will take him off your hands. You will be able to keep the things I am gifting to you. Justinian signals to Lucien, and Lucien begins to hand things out to Chivi, Reg, and Caden.
Reg has just been jumping over Lucien.
And as he's doing that, Justinian says, I will not only pay you handsomely, I will grant you status within the eyes of the patriarchy. Your name will have whatever it wishes. Country, kingdom, buildings, cities, what have you.
How do you know what your name wants?
What say you?
I say that I will accept this proposition and do my best to bring him in, to retain him and bring him in. But keep in mind that my first priority is saving Mivra and ensuring that we have peace. So if I can only do that by killing him, then so be it. But I will do my best to restrain him, have our group restrain him, and give you priority on his capture.
How do you capture magic folk anyway?
Not easily. That's a fair trade then, Caden. Should you kill him, then let him be gone. But if you are able to subdue him, I will take him.
Didn't we use that negate thingy on him last time?
We did. We'll have to come up with a trap.
You think it would work again? Because I still got one.
I care not for your planning. Lucien, take these beings
amongst
away
these
from me.
students.
As you guys are
As
talking,
you wish, my liege.
Lucien ushers you out of the room.
As we're walking
scoot.
out. Hey, Mr. Lucy, speaking of things that has changed, Reg pulls out Mr. Tibbles. Look at it, Mr. Tibbles is alive!
Oh my.
I told
You brought that thing in here.
What do you mean? He's just a rat. He's my best buddy.
Oh, Reg.
For those of you who may have joined recently, Mr. Tibbles was Reg's formerly paralyzed rat dagger that has since been revived and is a just regular rat.
I'm not
But it's
surprised
smarter than
you're
Reg.
infested.
What do you mean? What does that mean? Is that where you put your money in you give your money to someone and after a while you get more money back from them?
How long before you take your leave of this place?
Lucien,
when are we going?
what item did you give to which person?
Let's see. Wheel. I suppose I could just hold them out and be like, which do you want? Door number 1?
Does that sound like something Lucien would do?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, really, he would just kind of throw them on the floor and be like, be gone.
Let's say that. Let's do that, actually. So as you guys are ushered through the door, Lucien, who is still holding the weapons from before.
Like, as long as Justinian can see me, I'm like holding, these things are like babies. I'm just cradling them and taking the utmost care. But as soon as those doors close, I just dump them on the floor.
You need some help with those, Mr. Lucy?
Take your trinkets and leave.
You are vile, aren't you?
I mean, thank goodness you're not coming with us. That would be the worst.
It truly would.
Oh crap, I told the truth. I've been lying. I mean, I haven't been lying. That's the lie. No, wait. Oh god.
So looking down,
Tastes like copper.
looking down at the floor, you see a blade, a chest plate, and a cloak.
What kind of... When you say chest plate, do you mean heavy armor?
Yep.
Those first two things aren't really things that Reg uses. Do you guys can use those? What is this cloak?
Are you asking Lucien?
I mean, I'm just asking the world at this point.
I need to know what to write down.
Because Reg can't wear heavy armor, and he has nothing in swords. I know...
Well, some of our other allies may find some of this stuff of use as well.
That is also...
But yeah, what does it do? What does each of these items do?
Glistening and ornate with immaculate carvings, the improved celestial ore breastplate is master forged. It is the breastplate of invulnerability. The cloak is completely black with gray etchings of bats, blood, and other runes on it. It is the cloak of the vampire. The improved Athelian mace is an extremely powerful mace called Ghost's Bane.
The blade?
It's
Excellent.
a mace. So, hammer type weapon, blunt melee weapon.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
I try to discern what the benefits of the cloak are using my potency.
Go ahead and roll. Is Lucien just watching all of this, by the way? Is he just standing there?
Pretty much. I mean, I was going to. You told them what it was, which was far better than what I was going to do, but I was going to be like, ugh, it's that, and that. Yeah. Unless because I was waiting for them by the portal. Am I required to be back in the classroom? Because if that's the case, I'm going to go back in.
Yeah, now that, they're out of the classroom, you can kind of just leave them.
Okay. But yeah, after I dump the stuff, I'm just...
I'm going to miss you so very much.
Before your statement concludes, the door is slammed shut.
Lying is so hard.
Caden, as you're perusing the cloak, you find that the cloak grants the wearer the abilities of a vampire. Everything. They are effectively a vampire while wearing the cloak.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, that's so cool. Can you imagine being a vampire?
I'm assuming you're going to do the same for the other two items?
Yes.
Ghost's Bane is an improved Athelian mace. It negates any mischance on its target, disallowing a mischance roll after a hit is scored with it. It also deals an additional 50 points of magical damage.
Wow, that is nasty.
The Breastplate of Invulnerability gives its base armor rating is 110. It gives you 50% damage resistance to all damage types, and it increases your health regeneration by 100 points per turn, as well as your total armor rating by 50 points.
Oh, wow.
Those are pretty cool stuffs.
That is very cool. All right, excellent. I guess, Reg, you are a storage locker for now?
Oh, of course, the First National Bank of Reg is open for all.
All right, let's head back.
So the group returns. With all the different allies now dealt with, you guys return to the Guiding Fire Castle. Here you reconvene, and as you do so, you're able to dialogue amongst yourself, but as you are beginning to do so, Lord Steve the Night Steward informs everyone of a plan he has. Everyone is given quarters and retires for the time being and wait for the briefing that will happen the next day or so. Now, there's two things that I need to recap for you. Number one, Coldhere, when you hit there, was really in good shape. A lot has been rebuilt, and it seems like Lutz has done a really good job of doing that. However,
The pie shop.
yeah, the honey pots, fancy pies are doing great.
Thank God.
Yep. The other thing is Lutz was not there. You did take a moment to look for him, but he is not anywhere to be seen. They say Honey Pot specifically was able to tell you guys that the last time he was seen, he was riding a magic carpet pantsless towards Mivra.
Oh, we're gonna
Not our carpet.
He was standing on it, but I mean, he probably did sit down at one point.
Wait a minute. Are we going to Mivra?
Well, towards Mivra, which is kind of on the way to Barsuli, like that area, that general direction. So, what? While you guys are hanging out, what are you talking about?
Is there any way we can find out why he's not here yet? Also, has anyone seen Master Blackflame? I would very much like to give him a hug.
Yeah, Master Blackflame is in one of the He's in the back somewhere, kind of, over that direction. He just kind of points in a general direction.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Rich gets full speed.
And it's
Master Black Flame!
It's at this point I realized I forgot to put a token there for him, but no biggie. So you find him in the room adjacent to yours.
Which one was mine?
Just
Red
doesn't
is,
matter where.
Opening every door.
Yeah.
Master Black Flame? No. Master Black Flame? No.
Master Black Flame. Oh, sorry, madam. Didn't mean to say it.
Oh yeah, that's the bathroom I blew up very closely.
Oh, you guys still haven't fixed this. That is unfortunate.
So, what you end up finding Master Black Flame. What do you say to him, Reg?
Oh, it's so good to see you. Please, first and foremost, can I just give you a hug?
He nods with a tear in his eye and embraces you.
Oh, needed this. It feels so good. Oh, I had a really weird, spooky future dream that also involved the day I thought you was dead, but then apparently a ghost child in the future that was burying me. And, it's been a very weird time since you left. I mean, I left you, I guess, but you know what I mean. We might have met a sword that can kill people and eat their body and be them. And I wanted to know if you knew how to make that not happen.
As he speaks, like he takes a breath and is about to speak, there is a gasp of astonishment as you hear, from down the hall rather, as you hear the main door flung open very harshly and very violently, and a cloaked figure walks through the door. And Steve simply, Reg, you hear from down the hall, Steve say, who are you? Do you stay in the room with Master Black Flame, or do you head toward the main entry area?
Quick, follow me, there might be trouble.
So you guys make it back. Everyone is at the meeting table and looks up at the balcony overlooking the main meeting area, and the hooded figure just kind of scans the room silently. Two of the guards behind him walk up to kind of apprehend him, and as they do so, he just kind of waves his hands on either side of him nonchalantly, and they fall down, clearly in some sort of trance or slumber. Rog, you're at the table and you look up and you see a familiar face behind that shady cloak. What do you do?
Oh man, he's here. Oh boy.
Just from behind you guys, you hear, "Hello, my name is Reg. Who is you? Stop touching people."
What do you say, Rob?
Like, I'm adjusting my armor, kind of patting down my beard a little bit. Jeevy, do I look okay?
Get pretty thin.
Am I presentable? Okay then, Master, you have arrived. You finally
just
made it.
stares at you blankly.
What?
What do you say, Rog?
I say, Master, you've arrived. You finally made it. And I give him the Hjalamar salute.
He responds to you, Rog, saluting you in the same manner, and very slowly and meticulously walks down the stairs on the side and into the main area. And you kind of move to greet him. And as you near, you kind of do one of those, forearm handshake deals. And
the pro shake.
They're doing the predator handshake.
Yes.
No, it's like a whole thing with like snaps and hand skins and foot taps. Like it's a whole dance.
He looks at you and says, "Rog, it's been some time.
How are
It
you?
really has. I'm all right. I'm still trying to achieve my goal, but we're getting there. We're close.
Excellent. It's good to see you.
Likewise.
So, debrief me. What are we doing here?
So we got some rabble together. They're basically going to be cannon fodder, and we're going to do a bulk of the work as usual. And we need to kill a queen and some wizard guy. Yeah, I guess that about sums it up. We basically got to save Mivra so that Caden there can take over.
Excellent. Well, gather the rabble around and let's deal with this the way we normally do.
What's up,
All right.
rabble?
Reg, come over here for a minute, would you?
Hey, what's a rabble?
Who is Reg asking
Rob
that
is-
to?
Do I even still have any scrambled eggs?
Maybe, probably. Roll a dice.
Reg has egg goo.
Just roll a dice, any dice. There we go.
80, yeah, you have a little bit of dragon eggs left. They're, at this point, months later, becoming kind of hard. So, Pax, what were you saying?
Would you like egg jerky?
Gross.
Put in this dragon, it probably would jerk you. Rog, you want to introduce your compatriot here? And is he taking over? Because he seems like he's taking over.
Well, I mean, he's about the most combat experienced person I've ever met in my life, and trained me in everything that I know, and he still bests me in combat. So there's that.
Wouldn't it taught you to jump in stuff's mouths?
Oh no, that's my own technique.
I developed that myself. So,
He says
as
smugly.
this shady character walks on up and simply peers out at everyone, and he looks at you all each individually with uninterrupted eye contact, not blinking, and then after peering at each one of you, he says,
Take a seat. We have
where do you
some
want me to put
discussions to have.
and so as everyone sits except Reg, who is trying to figure out how to confiscate a seat, he
You want to shove it in the bag or in my shirt? Where do I go with it?
he says,
I'm operative Jorhas, and I'll be taking over the tactical version, or part of this campaign you have here. I haven't been given much information, but I do assure you that as an agent of the Hjalamar, I will guarantee the success of our missions. Now, Rog tells me that you have rabble available, cannon fodder. So, as the cannon fodder, I need you to know that I'm completely and 100% okay with you all being wasted. I just want to get that out of the way now.
We don't like to think of them as cannon fodder.
I would like to not be wasted.
Wait,
unless
what do you
we're
mean
talking
them?
about
I thought
drinking.
you, Rog, I thought you said this was the rabble.
Well, I mean, they're
Rabble.
in charge of the rabble.
Pax leans over to Caden and says, "Can you believe this guy?"
They're more like intermediate rabble.
Is it food?
Who died and made you the king of the world, Jorhas?
Well, either way, hello, Mr. Your House. My name is Reg.
I believe we made a request of him. Are you the one we were speaking to via a ring of some sort?
Wait, you talked to who with the what now?
Oh yeah, and you have a price that you haven't told Rog what it is
that
yet.
guy.
We will not be discussing any of that here right now. But what we will be discussing is the strategy. So,
It's not how stores work. You walk in and say, I want this, and they go, it costs this much. And then you go, yeah, that sounds good, or I don't know about that. Can you go lower? And then they say, get out of here, you.
the price will be exacted upon our success. We have agents in the field that we need out, and we need them to be safely transported out.
Out of where?
The Azure.
The spooky place. I've got a portal to that.
So you're bringing agents out of the Azure?
Yes. From what I've been told, Arcanus Tolden coming through the Azure will be able to figure out exactly where our agents are and portal them away safely. The trick is, though, we're going to have someone maintaining the Azure Gate's connection to the Azure. But that's neither here nor there. That's something the Hjalamar will take care of. What we need to focus on with you all is getting you in and making sure that we have as many advantages as we possibly can against this guy. So, here's your first mission. I've been doing some reconnaissance and some research on my travel here. An agent tells me that the Vassilissian Legacy is probably the most fortified position inside the city besides Castle Miver itself. So, we'll need to make sure that they can't seek assistance from their own organization, and we want to confine the battle to the castle itself. It's within a mountain, and odds are it's going to be tough to get in or out if we can fortify that position. I can get you to the Vassilissian Legacy, and we can ensure that we are safe from their involvement. If we can find a time where head researcher Vond, is that what you were telling me, Rog? Is that his name?
Yes, that's his name.
Okay. If Vond is in the castle with Visarnak, that will be the best time to strike, basically. But we need to make sure we knock out the Vassilissian Legacy first.
Indeed, I agree.
I thought we were trying not to kill the queen. Who told you that we were trying to kill the queen?
I'm here to kill Vond and make sure our agents get back from the Azure.
Why don't you go kill him then?
I can't kill him alone. Plus, with
and
all
you
of the
need dragon fodder?
dragon fodder, no.
I mean,
Why would I
cannon
need
fodder,
dragon
my bad.
fodder? That's terrible. I would never do that to anybody.
I coined a new term, though. Dragon fodder.
Sorry, I was thinking about Kevin.
The rabble that I was talking about earlier will simply be causing a distraction. We'll need our more
Yeah,
trained
that's all them
operatives.
guys outside.
Oh, okay. I was about to tell you all how you're going to be causing a distraction, but if they're all outside, I'll go commune with them in a moment. These are the leaders, the people that we need to make sure have the confrontation with Vond and Visarnak, then you all will be doing the operation into the Vassilissian Legacy. You, there. You seem to be the leader of this organization. Are you okay with that? He looks at Steve, Lord Steve, the Night Steward, and Steve kind of looks
Show some
around at
respect.
everybody else, like, and then he like points to himself, like, me? Are you talking about me? Yeah, you. No, I mean, yes, but no, the table, Pax, can you explain it?
We're sort of a democracy, and I don't trust you.
You know, it's kind of funny if you think about it, is we saved the Legacy from being killed once. And then here we are being like, oh, we really gotta kill those guys. Funny how stuff works out.
That is interesting. Well, if everyone's okay with this mission, gather your belongings. We're going to the Vassilissian Legacy.
I'm ready to go.
Him without killing the queen, right? She's probably in the queen building thing.
You there?
Yeah, right,
Scary
right.
one.
I'm
Why did
like
you sigh?
76% sure.
I mean, that's most of a hole, isn't it?
Hooded,
Yeah, it's like at
scary,
least an
magical
8.
one. Why did you sigh? I heard that sigh. What is that supposed to mean?
It has no meaning whatsoever. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, I guess we can do this. We should gather our belongings, but beforehand, I'll look around. Who here is wearing heavy armor that I can see?
Not me.
I think Rog,
Garrett?
yeah, I can't remember who wears heavy armor.
Rog doesn't wear any armor.
Neither does Pox.
He doesn't wear pants either. It's very
Pants
Always
optional.
one.
Does Garrett?
Yeah, Garrett wears heavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's on mute.
Ego.
Is ebony skin heavy?
Oh, I've been on mute this
here
whole
will-
time. Damn it!
Everything you said, lost.
For a long time, yeah.
You're like, why is no one laughing at me?
I noticed you were on mute.
I have heavy armor. Yep.
Okay. Who here wields blunt objects? Who likes to club things? Club them really well.
I would say Rog.
I club things with my hands.
Hey, Mr. Rock. Is there any chance when you've made stuff into other stuff with the hammers and all that business, can you turn this into a different weapon but make it still cool, or is that not a thing that can be done?
That's not ours to manipulate. We have to return it.
If we succeed, don't we get to keep it? Wasn't that the thing?
Yeah.
So
So
we just-
I plan on succeeding, but at the same time,
If we don't succeed, we dead. So what does it matter if we make Mr. Lucy mad?
Isn't there magic that can
I
bring
don't
you back
think
to life?
It's not Lucy that I'm worried about. It's
Just didn't.
my word that I've given to Justinian. That being said, why don't you pass that breastplate over to Garrett?
Here you go, buddy. This'll make you real strong. I mean, not
And pretty.
I
Garrett.
do like.
On every damage roll, you now have a 50% miss chance.
Ooh.
You're gonna be
But only if you sing the song I Feel Pretty.
Perfect.
Doesn't it also have didn't you say it had an extra 100 health regen?
Yeah,
An extra
What's it called?
armor.
the breastplate of invulnerability.
we're gonna need you when it comes time to take down
Arcanus.
Arcanius Tolden.
If Reg put it on, would he just have a
You're gonna have to be front and center with this thing to help us do so. Also, like I said, I need somebody to the thing that Reg wants to reshape there in his hand, that giant club, that mace. Who's best at wielding that? We need someone who doesn't miss.
Who doesn't with is that heavy melee?
Yes, heavy melee. Or I'm assuming it's heavy melee, or is it one hand?
Reg and
I
Garrett
think it's
have
light
heavy
melee.
but
Oh, it's light melee. It's
I
melee.
thought maces were heavy.
I don't know.
Well, you can have a one-handed mace and you can have a two-handed mace. I don't know what this is.
Oh, then yes, I don't know. I'll leave it to our voice of God.
It's light melee.
Okay, there you go.
Would you
So
like to smack people in the face with this thing?
Yeah, I was thinking I might really enjoy that.
change of pace.
I found this really cool coat here that it's all dark and makes you feel cool, and I think I might want to keep it if that's okay.
I don't have any objections to you pretending to be a vampire.
No, can you imagine?
Blah, blah.
Look at me, I'm a vampire.
Theron von Odolph.
Red wants to cosplay.
Theron von Odolph, head of the Morvale vampires, standing next to Garrett and Pax nearby Caden, looks at that thing and as it transfers ownership to Reg, she says, that thing is an abomination. It should be destroyed.
Hey, that's not a nice thing to say about my best buddy, Caden.
I'm talking
Yeah, but
about
it might
that
keep him
fabric in
alive.
your hand.
Oh, I mean, the bat is a bit much, I'll agree, but it's very soft at least.
I would agree with you, except I gave my word to return it.
Ooh, I heard that vampires can't see themselves in mirrors. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, I'll be right back.
The blood splatters really bring out your eyes.
Thank you.
Avoid sunlight, Rich.
As he bursts into flame. No.
This has happened. That's what I'm curious about.
Oh wait, now that there's two of you, Drat.
So as
who's taking the light melee?
Chibi.
Okay, and are you actually able to hit things with it though?
Yeah, I think so. I have a pretty high light melee props.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, for anyone who isn't who's only joined in like the past few weeks, Caden is a full-fledged vampire, and the only person who does not know is Reg.
I mean, I can use that, can I, Arcmaster?
Oh yeah, light melee is light melee. There are
Okay.
certain advancements that benefit blunt versus slashing versus axes, stuff like that.
Yeah, I was just asking how good is she with it though. I mean, I know she's skilled in it, but is she like, are you a master?
Yes.
Okay.
This is like imagining Chibi trying to get used to a mace over daggers, and she's just kind of swinging around in circles like a loose shot put ball.
Yeah, I just wanted
Yeah.
to understand, because I carry a sword, but don't ask me how to swing it very well.
It's for looks.
So after
Actually,
some
I think I just
time,
addressed that.
after some time discussing the various ways this needs to be done and divvying up some of the things that need to be divvied up, the group is ready to go. Now, because you guys have been chosen to complete this task, the rest of the Alliance will clear and conceal a forward encampment closer to Mivra. Operative Jorhas gives the Toosdae Knights their disguises and makes sure every detail is perfect. You will be disguised as operatives his men have already taken out, allowing you to seamlessly integrate into their day-to-day lives. Odolph casts a spell on each of you and simply states, "This will conceal your essences and your voices. The internal will match the exterior." The group
Hello,
gathers their
I'm
belongings and goes with
starts talking like this.
The group gathers their belongings and goes with Operative Jorhas toward Mivra. After a few days, the group arrives and is led by Jorhas through Mivra to the Vassilissian Legacy. And we're gonna go ahead and transfer everybody in the club.
While you're doing that, we've
Over
got a
there.
raid from Mana Pot
Yeah.
Studios.
Oh, Manapod Studios, welcome! Good looking out. Hope everyone's had a great evening. We are about to go from the castle we are in to a magical research lab riddled with memories as we try and infiltrate this magical base of operations. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What were you guys doing last? Tell us about it. Welcome.
Welcome and revenue.
Yes, for those of you who are new to the channel, typing !D100 will roll a 100-sided dice in the chat, which I can use. And as you watch, you generate advancement points, which you can cash in to directly affect our players. So we hope you enjoy it. We are going to get right back on in it. Feel free to interact with us, and I would love every moment you can basically put something from channel points in to mess up what I have planned this evening. Though we already do that a little bit to ourselves anyhow, right everybody?
It's called self-sabotage.
Yeah, self-sabotage.
What are you talking about? Our play is perfect and immaculate in every way.
I have never made a mistake in me life.
Ray Shinobi, thanks. And if you do like the show, you can, there's a merch link there, Ray Shinobi put in. All right, so he gives you 5 devices and simply says, to do this the right way, we need to activate these devices in the 5 best areas of the Vassilissian Legacy. If you can do that, it'll ensure that they will not be able to escape by any means, considering they're basically isolated by portals within the Vassilissian Legacy compound. Now, once activated, these will be concealed physically and magically. Make sure to hide them in each area, especially those disconnected by way of portals. Do you understand that?
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You all... I hope you win this fight. I really do. I am not rooting for anyone here except Rog. Now,
Yeah, they're not the brightest crayons in the box.
Now, just brightest crayons in the box. So, just for reference, you guys will get a +20 to your speech checks to confirm your identity while the disguises and magic are in place. So, you enter through the portal that connects to the building the Vassilissian Legacy is located in. And you hesitantly enter and find yourself in the familiar entry area. This is some place you guys have each been before. All of you, with the exception of Garrett, I believe. Looking around, your eye catches the mirror, which you remember to be a portal to the library, and the hallway with the individual offices and cells where Mr. Tibbles was created and Kevin the Dragon was rescued. So, Rog has already ran and leapt into the central waiting pool. That's non-typical of the person you're impersonating, so go ahead and roll 1d100. Chat, go ahead and roll as well. Let's see if he... Oh, now you're running back? No, it's too late for that. No, you already did it.
That was fast.
Ray Shinobi with 90. Let's, Rog, you... Oh!
What are you doing? Do I get any kind of bonus at all for this?
Not for this. So you just leapt into the pool for no reason. The legacy channeler.
What did you say about being bright crayons?
I have learned nothing.
Exactly.
But you know what?
The whole building is about to turn on you guys, and you're all gonna die. Horrible deaths.
TPK right here.
No, this is it.
This
Finally,
is where I crit.
No.
This is where I crit, guys. So I come flying in, see that fountain, and Rog's mind takes over as I run to the pool. Shoot, dang! Look at that there swimming pool! Oh, I'm so close.
Oh man. You strictly at that point remember Theron von Oldoff saying that your voice will be concealed no matter how you talk. So now you're the guy doing an accent in the pool. So the channeler turns around and goes...
Ooh, watery.
The channeler turns around and says, why did you do that? What came
the water
over
looks so
you?
cool and refreshing.
Oh my.
Pardon me, my associate here hasn't had water in some time. We ran out of supplies on our journey, and please forgive his uncouth behavior.
You all were going to the castle. How did you become dehydrated in that amount of time? It's a 10-minute walk.
Well, you see, we ran out of water.
I pee a lot.
If I'm being honest with you, and please don't let this go any further, this one here has been drinking ale for days, and it has not done well for him.
Your mouth is real pretty.
You see what I mean?
Indeed. Best take him to his quarters then. Make sure he doesn't cause more ruckus, please.
That's a good idea.
I will do my best. Thank you so much.
What's a ruckus, sir?
No,
Can you describe this ruckus?
Terrence, please follow me.
Alright. Where are we going?
We're going to lay down in your room.
Pardon us.
Oh, that's what we told my dog.
Garrett,
Yes,
you
yes.
seem to walk by. What are you doing?
Garrett's following old Redfield over there.
Now, the rest of the more sane members of our group, Pax, Chivi, and Caden, what are you doing at this moment?
Do we know where we're supposed to be hiding these doohickey things?
Basically, anywhere, you have 5 of them. He told you to hide them in major areas, especially areas that are connected via portal or disconnected
that.
via portal.
Non-portal spots?
Places you would get to by a portal.
Okay.
So just out of curiosity, do these things have any sort of adhesive attached to them already, or?
Looking at them, honestly, they look like the ghost capture devices from Ghostbusters. That's kind of what my mind's eye was envisioning. But they basically, once you activate them, they kind of open up and start like this glowing hum type of thing, and then they become invisible.
Oh. Okay, so it's gonna be quite
We need to
noticeable.
go in here. Oh,
It's
sorry.
gonna be quite noticeable if I just slid one under this table this person's working at.
Yes.
I already left one in the fountain.
There's no way you did that.
So
It was worth a shot.
gonna casually.
Whispers to Rog. Pretend stumble over there like you're drunk and put one behind there, and I'll be like, hey, come back here, you. And then you'll come back and there'll be nothing there. But make
I like it.
Yeah, just be drunk. Act like you're drunk. Seems to be the trick here.
I know that
I
plan
need to
worked
go
perfectly.
check out something in the library.
Okay.
It seems good.
So I'm gonna stumble over here, making a big ol' quote-unquote ruckus.
Man, I gotta take a big old waz.
Terrence, please don't do that over there. You embarrass yourself and us both.
The channeler from across the room simply yells, "Take him away!"
I am doing my best, please, and thank you for your forgiveness.
Rog, roll a sneak check.
Beep boop, beep boop. All right, sneak check. What's my bonus here? Okay.
Why did you beep boop beep boop?
He's a robot now.
Well, I'm setting up my little Ghostbuster. Holy mackerel! I'm setting up my little magic exploder thing.
Magic doohickey. Well, you're probably going to do fine with a roll of 91. So yeah, you're able to do that very stealthily.
Okay.
Now, as that's
Terrence,
happening,
let's go to your room.
so Reg and Rog have done that. Pax and Chivi, are you going into the portal to the library via that mirror?
I was just gonna. We were supposed to put it near portals, right?
Through portals. It needs to be in places that.
Portal.
Yes.
So
The way that I picture it is we're going to need one into that main room that we came in with the fountain. One here between these cages in this main area. One in the library.
Oh,
And
well,
for each of the
well.
portals.
Val, who do you want to reroll?
Oh my.
Val just cashed in a reroll. So do you want me to reroll against Rog's 91, or do you want Rog to reroll his 91 against my 63? And as we wait on that, we'll come back to it. So Pax and Chivi, back to you.
Yeah, Pax is gonna go into the library.
Okay. So Pax enters through the mirror into the library. Chivi, do you follow?
Really?
Sure.
Okay.
Love the confidence there.
Okay. Rog, re-roll your 91. I know you said Reg, Vral, but Reg did not roll.
Yeah, we're pretty much the same person.
So, let's see. The library, Pax and Chivi, appears to be less bustling than you remember it, Pax. Looking around, you notice that there are some guards, but only one researcher. What the crap? 94? It's better than your original roll. Oh my goodness. Vral, I am so sorry. That did not go as you intended, but that is
we
really
talked
funny.
about this. Roll 20 loves Rog's antics.
That is true. And so, Chivi and Pax, it's less bustling than you remember it, and you notice that there are some guards, but only one researcher in this immediate vicinity. They are thumbing through a book, muttering to themselves. You can kind of hear them like, and then you take this, okay, and then take that, okay.
Kill him and steal the books.
So Chibi says.
Dark Pax wouldn't hesitate.
What does Chibi say?
Come help me find that.
What do you think he's mumbling about over there?
I don't know, but we've gotta put this thing. Come help me find that one spell scroll.
That's awesome.
Problem.
And so, like, Pax is gonna sort of take Chibi and act like we're sort of thumbing through the books here.
Okay.
And I'll stick my little doohickey thing.
Giggity.
Firstly, that's what she said.
now.
Secondly, that's what she said. And thirdly, go ahead and roll a sneak check.
I love the idea. If anyone had looked up, they see one operative pull another one into the dart quickly behind the books, and you hear something being stuck inside something.
Thankfully, the one.
Just putting a book back.
Yeah.
Where's my sneak? Sneak.
I do like old man Pax though. That is pretty good.
Yeah. Whoa.
143 is ample against any possible roll that they have. So you're able to activate the device, which is now invisible. And so you guys can move your tokens back to wherever you wish. We're going to check in with Caden and Garrett.
Take me to the bathroom.
Oh my. So Rog and Reg, you're still dealing with your stuff. This was all kind of simultaneous. And so Caden and Garrett. You pass through the
Garrett.
Everyone's old men now. That was the elaborate.
Hey, that's right.
The elaborate ruse that Operative Jorhas gave you was just a gray mustache that sticks onto your face. So,
like, all of us look like Sam Elliott now.
Yes.
Well,
Let me tell you about the Horadrim Cube.
Yeah.
Diabetes.
So
That's Wilford Brimley.
same difference.
I'm Wilford Brimley, and I'm here to talk to you about diabetes.
Caden and Garrett,
Diabetes.
as you pass the threshold into the research halls, your gaze travels expectantly toward the cell that Kevin was once held captive in. Holding your breath, you lean in and release a sigh of relief, seeing it still empty.
I remember this. Well, I don't remember this. Garrett doesn't.
Good talk.
I remember this.
I'm so confused by that whole statement.
There are two researchers working on something in regard to a dead troll. They seem to be excitedly on the cusp of something.
What are you guys discovering?
Well, it's quite interesting, actually. We're very close to reanimating this dead troll with a ring of fire around it, kind of like the fire skin spell. I'm going to call it Flaming Revenant.
Would it just be a smelly zombie?
Well, no, it's quite different. You see, when they reanimate, they are wreathed in flame.
Almost like a spirit fire.
Exactly, except it's physical and zombied.
Quite interesting.
Oh, quite.
Are you going to do it right now?
Oh, yes. Watch.
And so he casts his spell.
While they're deep in concentration and I'm sort of behind them, I just go ahead and if the other people aren't looking, just plop it down here in the center and activate it behind them.
Roll a sneak check.
Doing it in between them?
He's
behind them.
Yeah. Garrett's kind of pushed up.
And so Garrett stands between them to block view.
They call this the linchpin.
Oh my lord.
Caden with the clutch roll of 29.
If anyone wants that re-rolled.
Oh! Against their 30, lost by 1 point. So what happens here, now, you are going to get a bonus because Garrett is standing in front of you. Which honestly is all you needed to overcome that. You just needed 1 point. So Garrett is blocking your view, and they kind of turn around while they're channeling their potency. And Caden, you're on the floor and just like knelt down, and Garrett, you just are like, he's done his shoe. I don't know. And they just kind of turn back around like, watch, it's going to be awesome.
Oh yes, this is gonna be great.
And so
look at him burn.
Caden, you're able to activate the third of 5 devices, and you very quickly stand back up. And as you do so, the very large dead troll explodes, and fire basically flings out from the dead troll, wreathing up the walls and across the ceiling. Thankfully, the cell doors block any magical energy coming from the cell towards you guys. And as the entire cell is engulfed in flame, it begins to die down some. And standing in front of you, hunched over, almost with a darkness about it, is a deceased troll, and it is wreathed in flame. And it
Was it supposed to explode like that?
Yes, that's part of the awesomeness. You see, when we activate it, we can also damage those around it.
Very interesting.
Now, how far away can you be when you activate something like this? Because without the magic of these cell walls, you would be burned.
Well, this is designed to be a battlefield spell.
So how far away can you be to reanimate something?
Many yards. You can stand on the other side of the hallway easily. We've tried this in the field, and we were able to do it from a league or more.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Out of character curiosity, is this one of the troll corpses from the invasion of the castle?
Yes.
Cool. We killed him good.
Sweet
now
memories.
Introducing Troll Corpse with their solo album Flaming Revenant.
Well, thank you for showing us that. That was quite spectacular.
Vral says, not gonna lie.
Guys, carry on.
We will.
Vral says, not gonna lie, this Flaming Revenant sounds effing awesome. You too can develop your own spells by playing Shattered Dome.
Is this that's a tower?
So
there's an entrance point like right here in the corners.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
You, sir, are wise in the way of the Vassilissian Legacy.
This was what, episode
This
13?
was the episode maybe like 2 or 3 before you guys rescued Kevin.
What was great is you guys went and you're like, oh, we're gonna play Dragon Heist, and we were like, we just stole a dragon.
I know, it was great.
So, you stand on the outside of a wall, a room you guys have been in before. Do you enter it?
Yes.
Doodly-doo.
You remember this room very well. This is the room where Lord Dedrick was killed. The room from whence you were cast to Reicham. This is Vaughn's private quarters.
What if I could just pee on his pillow or something?
I
Are there
asked them to activate one of the things here.
Well, we should hide it somewhere he's not gonna touch it, right?
Yeah, just put it under. Is there anything under his bed?
Is anyone gonna look?
Yeah.
I'll check.
Looking
under
his
bed.
Looking under his bed, you see a, like, stuck in suspended animation, the corpse of Lord Dedrick.
Kaiden. Mr. Derrick is in here.
I go take a look.
You lift up the covers, peer down, and are face to face with the deceased Lord Dedrick.
And he's not rotting?
Nope. Seems to be in pristine shape.
Okay, so this guy is... What? That's crazy. Alright, so let's go ahead and slide one back behind him on the back side of the wall. In case he decides to slide him out, it won't bump it.
Good.
I didn't even think about that. They might trip over the one in the other hall.
Oh, yes, that is very true.
We're lucky that he wasn't standing in here. How do we know he's not going to be through the next door? Did we just, like, turn it on and toss it through the portal?
I can't. I don't know that. That's a good idea.
Or would it not work? I don't know. Or at the very least, we shouldn't all go through it once, right? Because then it'd be like, why is there like a whole bunch of you folk just walking in here?
Well, the fact that it's a private chamber to get to a private library.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea for anyone to go through until we actually get him out of this area. We need to identify him. We need to find him. And actually, I didn't think about that before I walked into here. So we did activate one back there, so we got 4, right?
Yes, there's only one left.
All right, so I still have business to tend to over here. So wherever I activated that one at, I check. Can I fill it there with my feet?
Yes, you can.
Kick it.
It's our linchpin.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
Does it move?
somewhere that's not trafficked.
It does not move, but you can basically, because of your magical abilities, Caden, you can kind of negate part of it if you would like, and move it if you would so choose.
I definitely will choose to do so. I'm not negating the invisibility part of it, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So you slide that on over to the corner, I'd imagine?
Yeah, like right over here.
How voluminous is Derek's corpse? Could Reg fit it in his bag and remain hidden?
Definitely not.
Ooh. Is Caden coming back? Because Reg has a dumb idea.
Caden?
You would have to come find me, cuz I wasn't planning on going back, so.
Well, we still have.
I think the fact that I'm not going to be in there for a while, you'll figure it out.
Reg waits expectantly. Paxton Chibi, what are you doing?
Any minute he's coming back for me.
I mean, I've dropped my thing off, so I'm done.
Do I have one, or does Caden have all of them?
They were kind of dispersed evenly-ish.
So you should have one.
Yeah.
I have no idea where to put it, so...
I know where you can put it, but we can't put it there. So let us first find Vaughn. That was Vaughn's chambers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and the other portal in his room leads to his private library.
So I'll save you guys some time. You travel throughout the Vassilissian Legacy and are not able to find him anywhere. The only place, if he is in here, is going to be, or where he would be rather, is going to be his private library.
I asked if anybody knows if Vaughn is here or if he is away on travel.
Who do you ask specifically? Elementalist guys who reanimated the dead troll?
Yeah.
Excellent. I just wanted to do their voice one more time.
Oh, yes. Vaughn was in his quarters. He was studying something. I don't know what, but I do know who he is in his private library.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, I guess I do come back through here.
Oh, hey.
Does
I've got a dumb idea.
What's the dumb idea?
Could you shape change Mr. Derek's corpse into something small so then we can sneak him out of here and then we can resurrect him later and then he's not dead?
It is a dumb idea. We should leave him there so that no one knows that we were here before. And then after all the whole thing is done, we can come back and get him since we know where he is. And hopefully they would not have moved him.
Fine.
Sorry, Reg. I think it was a good idea other than the fact that I can't.
Hug.
Well, he's there. He can't stop you from hugging him.
Reg kind of scoots slightly, like one arm under the bed.
Does Chivi have the ability to cast invisibility while she's under her disguise spell? And
Yeah, that's no problem.
Well, do you think he would notice a thing coming through even if he can't see it?
Yes, it makes a humming noise.
No, not the thing. Well, yeah, the thingamajig too. You could turn it on in here, wait for it to stop humming, and then toss it in. But when
No, you can't, because you can't move it.
Reg's brain melts. I heard the wheels turning, Jordan, like, what would Reg say next? Like, oh, he wouldn't.
I don't have anything to add.
So, what is everyone doing
here's
then?
what we're gonna do. Shavy, since you can be invis, I will say follow me in with it. Once I distract Vaughn, you can activate it. I may actually be able to get him out of there. I'm not entirely sure if I have enough information to have them leave the library. But if so, find an area behind the bookshelf and activate it there. Are you ready to follow me?
Yes.
Okay. So I go in first.
All right.
Should we all leave this room?
I would recommend it.
So,
I'm casting invisibility.
okay, Caden
myself.
walks through the portal first, followed by the invisible Chivi.
This is going to go awful.
Now, as Caden enters the room, head researcher Vaughn stands in his private library. He's at a bookcase perusing a tome. He turns around to look at you. Well, what is the report from the throne?
Everything's in order.
Indeed.
Also, they've managed to reanimate the troll out front. The dead troll out front.
Oh, good.
With
That would be
fire.
highly beneficial to us, especially as we begin our onslaught. Tell me, what defenses specifically did the guiding fire have in place that the spies saw?
They do have a few magical barriers set in precise locations. They also have troops deployed to the appropriate areas, and patrols are set up.
That's good news. All is going as expected then. They will surely be easy to deal with. I only hesitate to... I've seen them rally forces before, and I have a sneaking suspicion that they might be doing the same. We'll keep our eyes peeled, I guess. All is well. Go back to your normal duties.
Absolutely. You might want to come take a look at this troll, though.
I'll see it on the battlefield.
All right. I leave.
All right. Now, Chivi, roll a sneak check. 148 is plenty. Great job. So, as you activate the thing while Caden is talking, you're able to sneak out, no problem. And so, what do you guys do next? Do you head back?
Cheese it.
Yeah.
That was the last one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone makes a mad dash towards the front door as fast as they can.
Not quite. Inconspicuous.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Calm.
I need to go find my grandchildren.
Everyone's like walking like deranged zombies making small talk.
Internally, Reg is just screaming.
Now, as Rog passes by the channeler near the waiting pool, the channeler says, Terrence, are you okay to be leaving the premises considering your state of mind?
Oh, yeah, I'm way good, Tim. John? Bill? I don't remember your name.
I think it's better that he leaves the premises and our while we escort him. That way we can keep things to a minimum and he won't bother anybody else here, which he was doing. We can't really contain him.
Roll a speech check.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna speech check.
Yep, speech check.
With the plus 20.
That's all I got because I don't have speechcraft.
Reg
94, not bad. Versus an 8. You did exceptional. So, with the mission finished, you exit and are greeted on the other side by operative Jorhas. He looks at you each and says,
So, how'd it go in there? Is everything taken care of?
Yeah,
Yep.
we're good. We're professionals.
That remains to be seen. Let's
You should
head
be
back.
nicer.
I will be nice once the mission is complete, and even then, probably not. Let's leave.
I salute you, sir.
How about a victory hug?
If
Ooh.
you touch me, I will remove your arms with a speed you have never seen before.
Where would you put them?
I would
Now,
give them
just so
to
you know,
Rog,
there
and he would
might
eat.
be a slight minor indication that we were there. Just a minor.
hey, Zhandler RPG, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Hope you guys were having a fun time, enjoying yourselves. We are not too far off from ending this session, but we do have a little bit more to deal with. So,
Swyhander, best sword in Dark Souls 1. in my
yes,
opinion.
we play an indie RPG called Shattered Dawn. It's one we developed ourselves. Hope you enjoy the aftermath. If you haven't already, check out Zhandler RPG. They are really cool cats. So, and if you haven't already, give a follower. We are in pursuit of 200 followers to do our next Kickstarter. So, now as we leave the city of Mivra and head back towards Castle, Guiding Fire Castle, that's its new name. Operative Jorhas.
Steve's place.
Steve's place, yes, I forgot about that.
Steve.
Steve's Bar and Grill.
Yes. Steve's Bar and Grill. Guys, I don't know how to make burgers. Thanks, Tofu.
It's okay, Steve. We got all kinds of things. Bison burgers.
Garrett is Rick from Rick and Morty now.
That's what it just sounded like. Too.
So as you enter the Guiding Fire Castle, you are very quickly rallied before the rest of the being kind of left to your own devices. And Operative Jorhas simply looks at you and says, "Listen, there's a lot that could go wrong. A lot of you may perish in this fight. I want you to know the grim reality of what we face. This is the beginning of the end of this chapter for you. Whatever that it has in store for you, whether it be life, death, happiness, what have you, be prepared. Arcanus Tolden is not someone that we should take lightly. You've dealt with him before and know how extreme his threat is. You are all each gifted with something. I don't know what for each of you, but I can tell you're gifted with something. Use that to your ability. Make sure you cover each other's back. And most importantly, be sure to tune in next week for our next episode of Shattered Dungeons.
Episode.
Be sure to tune in.
It's like an ampersand.
Yeah. Ray, quickly do the voice.
Do what voice?
That voice. Tune in next week.
Tune in next week for another episode of Toosdae Knights.
Man, we gotta have such a good time.
As always, some of us will be hanging around after our outro video just to talk, hang out, talk shop, all that fun stuff. If you haven't already, give us a follow. Follow the podcast on all the podcasting apps. Be sure to share if you are quarantined or anything like that. You can obviously check out all 43 past episodes of Shattered Dungeons on YouTube. And most importantly, be sure to not tie yourself to another person while on a crumbling bridge. We will see you guys next week for Shattered Dungeons. Bye.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your animals.